Chip War. China's chip will keep powering our everyday life. Hello and welcome to another episode of China Record. With China rapidly developing its own chip industry, the question on everyone's mind is, will Chinese-made chips continue to power our everyday life? In this video, we'll explore the current state of the chip industry, the strategic competition between the US and China, and the potential impact on the usage of Chinese-made chips in our daily devices. From smartphones to transportation, we'll take a closer look at how Chinese technology is shaping the future of our everyday life. So, join us as we dive deep into the chip war and discover the truth behind Chinese-made chips and how they are affecting our daily lives. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos. Let's begin. Well, semiconductor, also known as chip, is a material used to make electronic devices like transistors, diodes, and integrated circuits. Semiconductors are made from materials like silicon and germanium. They are manipulated to control the flow of electricity by adding impurities, called doping, to the crystal structure of the semiconductor material. The history of the semiconductor industry in China is a fascinating one, tracing back to the 1950s when the Chinese government began to establish research institutes and factories to develop the country's electronic capabilities. However, the initial focus was on manufacturing simple electronic components and devices, rather than semiconductors. In the 1990s, China's semiconductor industry continued to grow, with the establishment of several large domestic chip companies such as Huawei, CTE, and Lenovo. During this time, the country also began to develop its own advanced semiconductor technologies, such as memory chips and microprocessors. Chinese companies such as SMIC, Tsinghua Uni Group, and Cambrican Technologies have become major players in the global semiconductor market. Today, China is among the world's largest producers of semiconductors, with a rapidly growing domestic industry and a significant presence in the global market. However, the US-China trade tensions and technology competition has affected the industry, with the US government imposing restrictions and sanctions on some Chinese chip companies and limited investment in China's chip industry. The semiconductor industry is one of the most important sectors for the world economy, with semiconductor components found in a wide range of consumer and industrial applications. Chips will be even more important across all industries, driven by increasing semiconductor content in everything from cars to appliances to factories. Semiconductors are the brains of modern electronics, enabling technologies critical to country economic growth, national security, and global competitiveness. This unique feature makes semiconductors pivotal to modern technology. The chip shortage of the past 2 years has resulted in revenue misses of more than $500 billion worldwide between the semiconductor and its customer industries, with lost auto sales of more than $210 billion in 2021 alone. As of 2022, the semiconductor industry finds itself in one of the most defining moments of its history and is expected to reach about $600 billion. As everybody knows, the United States has long been the global leader in the chip industry, but China has been rapidly catching up in recent years. The United States has been a global leader in the chip industry for a long time, with American companies and research institutions playing a major role in the development and production of semiconductor technology. One of the key reasons for the US's leadership in the chip industry is the presence of a large number of world-class research institutions and universities, such as MIT, Stanford, and Berkeley, which have been at the forefront of semiconductor research and development. This has led to the development of advanced technologies such as the microprocessor and the development of new manufacturing techniques. Another reason for the US's leadership in the chip industry is the presence of a large number of well-established semiconductor companies such as Intel, Qualcomm, and Texas Instruments, which have been at the forefront of the industry for decades. These companies have invested heavily in research and development, leading to the development of advanced technologies and products. But let's have a look on China. China's biggest chip maker is Semiconductor Manufacturing International Corporation (SMIC). SMIC is a leading semiconductor foundry that provides integrated circuit manufacturing services to global semiconductor and system companies. SMIC is capable of producing chips at 28 nanometers, 40 nanometers, 65 nanometers, and 80 nanometers, and is currently ramping up production of a decade-old chip technology, which is key to many industries' supply chains. China produces its chips through custom design, similar to how Huawei designs its own smartphone chips and Baidu raising money for a standalone semiconductor business. China does not have the capability for mass-producing 5-nanometer chips, so the production of these chips is outsourced to Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company and Samsung Electronics Company. The most advanced chip by a Chinese firm is Alibaba's Yishan 710 server chip, which is based on advanced 5-nanometer technology. It is designed for servers, artificial intelligence applications, and storage, and is set to be used in Alibaba's data centers in the near future. The US-China chip industry tensions have been escalating as the US has imposed tariffs and export restrictions on Chinese companies, including major chip makers. On top of this, the US has recently added 36 more Chinese companies to its entity list, making it even more difficult for American companies to sell certain technologies to them. The US has also been pushing other countries, such as Japan and the Netherlands, to impose similar export controls on China, further exacerbating the tensions between the two countries. These actions are in response to China's plan to become a superpower in the semiconductor sector, which the US believes will put its national security at risk. In response to US restrictions on its chip industry, China has taken several measures to counter the US's efforts. China has also lodged a complaint against the US at the World Trade Organization (WTO) over its export controls on semiconductors and other related technology. China has also retaliated against the US's tariffs and export restrictions by halting purchases of US tech products, such as semiconductors. China has also been pushing back against the US's export controls by attempting to purchase chip-making equipment from other countries. Finally, China is also investing heavily in its own chip industry, with the government allocating hundreds of billions of dollars to the cause. Beijing plans to roll out what will be one of its biggest fiscal incentive packages, allocated over 5 years, mainly as subsidies and tax breaks, to support the chip industry in 2023. The package is expected to include subsidies to chip makers, preferential tax policies, and support for research and development. The semiconductor industry has revolutionized the way we live our lives. In the past, chips were used only in large, expensive machines, but now they are used in almost every device. From your smartphone to your car and even your refrigerator, chips are everywhere, enabling us to do more with less. With advances in semiconductor technology, chips now offer more features and capabilities than ever before, such as increased speed, greater efficiency, and improved security. Chips are now the backbone of the modern digital world, and their presence will only continue to grow as technology advances. However, the US government has implemented measures that may negatively impact China's semiconductor industry. These measures specifically target advanced chip technologies, leaving older generation chips unaffected. China may shift its focus to manufacturing older generation chips that are still in high demand in everyday electronics, cars, and other objects. These older generation chips are in the subsector where China already has a significant advantage. These chips are still critical for various technologies, such as 28-nanometer chips which have been in use since 2011 in weapons, vehicles, Internet of Things devices, and so on. According to Gartner, the global semiconductor market is projected to decline 3.6% in 2023. The US is projected to have a 38% market share, while China is projected to have 9%, Taiwan is expected to have 66%, and the rest of the world is expected to have a 7% market share in 2023. To conclude, for my thought, the chip war between the US and China is an ongoing strategic competition that has important implications for the global economy and technology, as well as for the future of international relations. Chinese companies have been investing heavily in the chip industry and have been working to develop their own advanced technologies, which will enable them to produce more advanced chips and reduce the reliance on imported chips. While the US and other countries may try to limit the use of Chinese-made chips in certain industries and applications due to security concerns, it is likely that Chinese-made chips will continue to be used in a variety of everyday products and devices. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos. Let us know what you think in the comments section, and if you have any other topic you want us to cover. See you in the next video.